Detectives continue to investigate the death of the 18-month-old child that was shot and killed on September 3rd in Palm Coast.
A second person is arrested during the investigation of the tragic shooting death of an 18-year-old child. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
We knew immediately from the crime scene evidence that the scene had been tampered with and evidence was attempted to be destroyed, and the witnesses on scene were not forthcoming. While we made an arrest immediately and later received a grand jury indictment for the shooter, we knew that there was more people involved. On January 5th, detectives arrested the father of the shooter, C.J. Nelson Sr., for 2 counts of tampering with evidence and 2 counts of lying to law enforcement during an official investigation.
C.J. Nelson Sr. is no stranger to law enforcement.
This individual has been arrested 18 times since 1993 and did everything he could to cover up his son's crime. He was arrested but bonded out after posting a judge-set $15,000 bond. Our detectives continue to investigate this case, and I commend them for the amazing work they have done.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Tuesday, January 9th. There's a possibility for severe weather today, and the Flagler County Emergency Operations Center will have a close eye on it. Emergency Management Director Jonathan Lord.
But we are going to have some few bands of storms passing through, and in those stronger thunderstorm bands they pass through, there is a risk of tornadoes spinning off, which always happens during severe thunderstorms. I think the Panhandle area, the northernmost part of the state in southern Georgia is really going to see it worse than we are. But we also, weather is unpredictable. As much as the Weather Service tries to predict it, it's not a perfect science, so we just want people to be truly aware.
With high winds being the major concern in Flagler County today, Lord recommends preparing for strong winds by securing loose, light outdoor items that could become flying projectiles. Also, for weather alerts, make sure to sign up for Alert Flagler. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. Victor Barbosa, a former Palm Coast City Council member, has withdrawn from the District 5 Flagler County Commission race, making it the 3rd time he dropped out of a race in the last 2 election cycles. Barbosa, elected to the City Council in 2020, served just over a year before resigning in March 2022. His withdrawal from both City Council and County Commission campaigns in 2022 came amid personal challenges, including an alleged shoplifting incident and accusations of being a fugitive criminal from Costa Rica. The current District 5 County Commission race includes 3 candidates: Palm Coast Vice Mayor Ed Danko, Realtor Pam Richardson, and small business owner Paul Anderson.
The Palm Coast City Council meets Thursday morning.
The City Council workshop meeting will begin at 9 a.m. and the first item on the agenda is the Florida Department of Transportation, and they're going to talk through their 5-year work program.
Communications Director Brittany Kershaw says it's a busy agenda.
The Parks and Recreation Department will talk about the concession lease agreement with Redefined Food Co. for the new Southern Recreation Center. Afterwards, the city administration will provide a presentation on the City Council's strategic action plans and an update on the status of each priority. Then the Stormwater and Engineering Department will present a resolution for a residential speed limit posting study and Florida Park Drive study.
Other departments will also present.
Public Works will then talk about their strategic action plan priority, which is an analysis of commercial solid waste hauling. And finally, the Stormwater and Engineering Department will present a resolution to approve a fire marshal grant agreement for additional design services and design phase expenses for the new Fire Station 26 that is going in at Seminole Woods and for the replacement of Fire Station 22.
The meeting will also be broadcast on the city's YouTube channel. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
How did the editor and publisher of Flagler Live get to where he is in media?
It was sort of in his genetics. Pierre Tristram said that his father was a photographer and his mother was a busy woman in the local media.
My mother had a TV show for kids. She had a radio show. And at one point, she had newspaper columns going all at the same time.
Tristram said that he would tag along with his mother when she went out to cover stories and to the TV station because he thought it was fun. You can listen to Business Minds Coffee Chat with Jay Shear here on WNZF, Saturday mornings at 8:30 or anytime on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, how Pierre Tristram met his wife. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.